Vegetable list. Vegetable tier. We're gonna start from like the top left and we make our way down. I think that's the best way to approach this because there's a lot and we can't get stuck up on too many. That's like, how many is that? That's a lot. That's a lot of vegetables we have to go through. We're gonna be busy for a little bit. Well, it's a VOD. You can, you know, just check it out later. All right. Butternut squash. The only types of butternut squash I had was like in a soup, and I think I had it roasted once, and it was decent. Like it was a decent food. I don't feel like there's a lot that you can make with it. But butternut squash soup, it's tasty. I think that has a good amount of protein. You can, you know, looks funny. I'm gonna throw that right into B tier, right? Butternut squash, solid. Like a butternut squash soup is solid, you know? I think we can agree on that. You know, that's not too a crazy take. Arugula. Well, okay. Hear me out. I base my votes over what would sustain me, the fam, and the pets if everything fell apart tomorrow. I guess that's one way to look at it, but for me, it's just like... See, like, F tier for me is like, the world would be better without it. Like, that's F tier. It's like, we don't need this. This is unnecessary. Don't need this. S tier is like, if I had to pick a vegetable that I want to eat all the time for the rest of my life. That's S tier for me, right? Like, taste, consistency, stability, variety. You know, variety is also a good point, and I think we should consider that. What can you do with it? Part of me not being able to, like, do more things with butternut squashes, well, I haven't had much butternut squash, but, like, roasted, like, on a grill, butternut squash, really nice. Never smashed through faster, one faster. Anyway, okay, sorry, arugula. With a good dressing, right? But is that fair? Is it fair? Like, it's like, oh yeah, with a good dressing. It's like, you can put like a dressing on most. Arugula is gonna have to be, like, it's gonna have to be D tier. Like, that's for rabbits. Like, it's not so bad that I say, like, humanity would worse without it, but, you know, it's for rabbits. Right? I don't even know if rabbits could eat that. I'm probably confusing it with, lion's mane, whatever. So, okay, easy. Artichoke. Haven't had artichoke in a while, but I strongly believe the world would be better without it. I don't think I've eaten a single piece of artichoke in my life, either on pizza or vegetable dish or anything, where I said like, oh, that was a pleasant experience. And you can't eat it raw. You can't eat an artichoke raw. It's completely useless when you don't cook it. Okay, in all fairness, arugula, it was not the arugula that I liked in that salad. Arugula, like, if you eat arugula in a very simple salad by itself, it isn't great. What was great about that salad was the cucumbers, the pomegranate seed, the cheese, the peas, and whatever dressing they were using. It was an excellent dressing too. The arugula, like, there was barely any arugula in there. All right. Anyway. Arugula by itself, not great. Like, I'll eat it. Like, okay, here's the thing. I like a lot of salads, but I have to start sorting, right? Brussels sprouts, Brussels sprouts, I know they're not everyone's favorite, and I hated them as a kid, but once I grilled those bastards, like fresh from the grill, they're really good. They're really good. That's personal preference, but I will also agree to that they're easy to mess up, and I'm gonna give them A tier. Like, while I like them a lot, I'm also like willing to argue like, okay, what can you do with Brussels sprouts? You can't do a ton with Brussels sprouts, right? Like, they're just good by themselves with some salt, some pepper. They're good, you know? But, you know, gotta bring up the music a little bit, just like to relax me out a little bit more. Getting really excited here. But yeah, you know, like, well done, but they can be messed up easily. And I'm not gonna go by like, oh yeah, the perfect variety. Like, no, it's like a thing that, like, if I had a bag of it and I cooked it, I would be like, you know, yeah, I can't throw on the grill every single time. Anyway, broccoli. Listen, I fucking love broccoli. Broccoli is great with some like golden butter sauce over this, like, or like nicely cooked. It just like adds adds good substance. I'm sorry, broccoli S tier. This is not for arguments. If you don't like broccoli, that's fair. For me, that's an S tier. Don't even have to think about this. Bok choy. Okay, I have to be honest, I almost want to put it onto never tried, but that's not true. I'm just having a really hard time remembering right now, so I'm going to move it like to the bottom of the list. Maybe I'm going to remember something. What? Bell pepper, good. Bell pepper, green. I think they meant gold. Why would you have different bell peppers? The color doesn't matter. At least, like, it's probably like a little, but all right, bell pepper. Here's the thing with bell pepper. You can do a lot of shit with bell pepper. You can like stuff it with like, you know, like some meat or some like other vegetables and like put it in the oven. It's great like when you have like some cheese in there too. It works fairly well on other times. I know some people don't like the texture. I like it for dipping and like in ranch and stuff. Like it's a great snack food. So I'm gonna throw this onto S. I'm gonna have to throw this onto S. Or A. You know what? I'm gonna have to come back to this maybe. But those are kind of the same. I prefer the colored ones more than the green ones. Here's the thing. I'm gonna do one on A and one on S. It's so weird. It's like green and bell pepper good. Such a weird one. The greens are way more bitter. You think so? Well, here's the thing. If you eat a green one and it's bitter, you ate it too early. Maybe they're getting to harvest it too early, but I had plenty of sweet green ones. I mean, maybe I just remember them wrong. Anyway, beets. Beets sit straight in the middle, like C tier for me. They're not as... Or D? They stain everything, right? It's annoying. I don't think I ever had properly cooked beets. Nah, sorry, I'm gonna have to throw this one onto D. I'm not crazy. I'm not crazy about beets. Can't say. You can't really eat them raw well. They're not really tasty when you eat them raw. They're not really tasty when you eat them cooked. Yeah, it's just a D tier. They're fine. Like, I'm not gonna scoff at them, but I'm also not gonna go out of my way to eat them. Asparagus. Okay, now, here's what I noticed. There's only one type of asparagus, but there is white German asparagus, and that shit's delicious. The green asparagus, it's kind of mid as far as like asparagus goes, and can also like be really ruined, like if it's like cooked too early or not long enough, and it's just kind of like stringy and just. So I'm gonna go with this tier list with the asparagus. I'm gonna go by the green one, not like the white one that I know, like, you know, growing up in Germany when there's Spargelzeit with some hollandaise sauce on there. No, sorry, this is gonna have to be a tier. I know asparagus can be better, but also your pea, come on, just makes it smell weird. So I don't need to be reminded like after I eat this that like, oh yeah, I had asparagus early in the day. Don't need that in my life. I don't need that. Bean sprouts. I'm partial to bean sprouts. I know they're not like super versatile, but they have like a nice crunch to them. They feel so fresh. They're great in the salad. I like them even on like a sandwich. Like, I think they're underrated. I think they're underrated. Karumba, you know what? I think this is my fault for having a bowl of food right next to the computer. So, bean sprouts, I'm a little bit torn between like A and B, honestly, because bean sprouts by themselves are not very tasty either. If you just have like, oh, I have a handful of bean sprouts. I feel like to be A tier, you kind of have to be like, I need to be able to eat you like this. Then again, I put Brussels sprouts in there, but Brussels sprouts are way more aromatic. All right, let's leave it be there. At this speed, I'm not gonna get anywhere. Eggplants, I'm sorry, eggplants straight up D tier. Like, I know you can like prepare them really nicely, but no. Eggplant is kind of like eggplant is a food that just takes on whatever spices you put on it. It doesn't have a really good taste of its own. Eggplant parmesan is like a decent dish. I'm not crazy about it, but like, yeah, it just falls into D tier, sorry. Like, and the sexual implication, I'm sorry. Eggplant is tough to shop for. That's true as well, actually. And also, they weird me out. Eggplant, like when you like slap that eggplant, and it's just so weird and spongy and just. To AJ on Twitch, I showed up for Weasel playing the Long Dark, stayed for Weasel vegetable tier list and practical vegetable discussions. All right, bamboo shoots. I have to be honest, I don't really know. I don't really think I tried bamboo shoots. I want to say, here's the thing about bamboo shoots. I might have had them, but I'm not confident enough to say whether or not I like them. Are those the ones that you could usually like in strips? And they're like, you know, like a yellowish color? Those are kind of tasty, but, you know, I'm not entirely sure, so I'm going to like throw this on there, you know, like I don't want to like talk out of my ass. I want to like make some like informed decisions here. Jalapeno pepper. Sorry, jalapeno pepper straight up C. It's a decent pepper, but it's not tasty. Like, you can cook it, you can grill it, like, yeah, but like, it really doesn't rock my world. It's C. Like, I'm not gonna say D tier, because you can do a bunch of fun things with jalapeno peppers, but I'm like, it just doesn't excite me, you know? Never been able to make good eggplant, but it probably speaks more to my sad cooking skills than eggplant sucking. Well, here's the thing. I'm also not considering, like, well, what if Gordon Ramsay prepared this? It's like, all right, if, like, some, like, Michelin star chef comes up with a really great recipe and rocks my world, I will change my opinion, but that doesn't happen. Asparagus slaps, useless to grow, but a good pan-sear with butter and garlic. I need to show you white asparagus. Like, I feel like chat doesn't know about white asparagus. And, oh, somebody's saying, like, it's exactly like green asparagus, but without chlorophyll? Oh, you're full of shit. Whoever wrote that article doesn't know what they're talking about. Oh, they don't know shit. It's the same. Unbelievable. I'm offended on behalf of just everyone. Look at this. Here, this. Copy image. Right? Roasted white asparagus. This isn't even like my favorite form of it. But like white asparagus, like that stuff's thick. You have to like peel that. You can't just throw that in. This is what I don't like about green asparagus. You throw it like as is in the pan. This one, you gotta peel. My grandmother would sit there, peel that shit. It's not practical, don't get me wrong. So tasty. Sauce hollandaise on there. Like, oh, it's so good. Maybe like a slice of like, you know, like ham around it. So good. And you get like a really nice asparagus broth from it. Throw some butter in that. Maybe some creme fraiche. You got a fantastic soup. Anyway. Oh, you take that back, Cinnamon Beard. You take that back. You never had good white asparagus. Why does it taste like hot garbage? Explain yourself, please. I guess chlorophyll has a specific taste, but it doesn't taste the same. It's not the same. When people say like, oh, it's the same. It's like, no, it's not. Anyway, sorry. Collard greens. I'm gonna have to move this to the back. I have to think about this. Ginger? Listen, ginger by itself obviously is not like something I enjoy eating. It's gonna have to go to A. Actually, ginger is gonna have to go to S tier. Simply because it's such a great... You know what, no, versatility, I'm gonna have to put it to A. Ginger, you can make so many great things with ginger, like tea, candy, put it in all kinds of foods, it's healthy for you. You know what, no. S tier. S tier. I'm not even going to, like, it's S tier. Ginger is so versatile. Like, you can, like, rasp that onto something. It's fantastic. It's like, I get it. It's not like, you know, like, as easy to, like, prepare by itself. Like, you can't really eat ginger by itself well. It's not fantastic. Sorry, like, no. I mean, if we're putting stuff like, I don't know, if we're putting beets on there and bamboo shoots, and I don't know what else we have, like, ginger definitely belongs on that list. Like, ginger is not just a spice, right? I mean, we can argue about this all day long, I guess. Garlic, sorry, garlic S tier. That's just like probably my white ass. Garlic, I'm sorry. I even like garlic just on its own, just like, you know, like an olive oil, in a jar of olive oil and just like snacking on it. It's great. But then, that being said, let me think about this. Garlic, it's so easy to overdo garlic, but then it's also, it's a little bit cheating. Garlic for me feels a little bit like cheating because you just have like a dish that's kind of like meh, whatever, and then you just throw it on there and like you're good. It's like, oh, suddenly it's tasty, which I think that gives it the right to be on the top with the other ones. I know not everyone likes it, but in terms of versatility and just like the way, like the flavor it adds to something. Cucumber. I love cucumber. That being said, it's gonna have to be an A tier for me. Not because I love it, but you can't do much aside from it, from like, you can throw it in a salad and you can eat it by itself. That's about it. It's a little bland, right? Not true? Wait, okay. All right, state your case. Tzatziki sauce. What? Cucumber sandwich, you know what? Cucumber sandwich is good. I agree. But let's be real, a cucumber sandwich is not S tier. Pickles. You know what? You're right. I didn't consider pickles. I'm an idiot. I'm gonna have to come back to cucumber. This is a hard one. Cucumber is a hard one. I don't know if it's an S tier or if it's an A tier. It's definitely one of those two. If I could have put it between them, I probably would. But cucumber sandwich is not the thing that I would say like, oh yeah, that's what we need. I mean, it's tzatziki sauce, like cucumber in there, like add something to it. Don't get me wrong, like I agree. But like, it's not the cucumber that really elevates it. All right, corn, I'm sorry. Corn is just gonna have to be S tier. On the grill, some butter on it. Popcorn. Is it like partially responsible for the obesity epidemic? Yeah. But that's not corn's fault. Right? It's not corn's fault. I'm not blaming corn for that. For a downfall. For society's downfall. Low S tier, high A tier. You're out of your mind. You're out of your mind. I'm not even gonna like entertain your antics here. You're just trying to be contrarian now. Corn, S tier. End of the story. It's not even, I don't even know. Cilantro? Sorry. Yeah. Cilantro, coriander, straight F tier. Straight in the garbage. Don't need that. Nobody was like, oh man, I really gotta get some cilantro. I fucking love that shit. It's so good. Loving that. Doesn't even taste like soap to me, like it does for some other people. I just think it tastes bad. Cilantro's S tier? Okay, come on. Now you're just being silly. Listen to yourself. Listen to yourself. Listen to yourself. I don't think you could make a case for it as hard as you would try. It's just not a good flavor profile. If you have some weird attachment to cilantro, some childhood memories, or just, I don't know, it works for you, that's fine. It's fine. I'm not, but it's just not for me. For me, it's an F tier. I think if there was like a genetic disease, some like plant crop illness, some blight, and, you know, the news channels would report cilantro about to be eradicated, I don't think people would go out of their way to do anything. Like, there would be like a few sad souls like marching through the streets with some signs and like, save cilantro. And people would be like, yeah, I'm feeling you. It's so sad. But then they would close the door and be like, man, I'm so glad cilantro's gone. I'm getting like way into this like alternate storyline. Celery? Why are you even talking to me? What do you want from me? Right? I mean, okay, listen. I would even be willing to give it a low D tier if I could do this. Because of dipping it in ranch. It's like, okay, if it's not too stringy and there's like a ranch dip and I dip it in, here's the thing. The best I can get to celery is like, this is, I can consume this without it making me feel bad. I mean, it's literally a negative calorie food. It's great in soup. I don't think so. I don't think so. It's a worse carrot? What is happening? Are you trying to tell me that a carrot is worse than celery? Okay, listen. I'm gonna have to ban you for saying celery and peanut butter. You make me sick. Celery's F tier and it stays there. I don't know, like, the flavor, I don't like the flavor. I think, okay, here's part of it. I think what makes me so... Celery smoothies. Like, when they put celery in juicers. Ugh. It's like one of those things that just, I don't know, doesn't work for me. If I go this hard on cilantro, I'm going to have to take celery with it. Personal preference. We're gonna like disagree on more as the line goes on. Like, I see some down there that are gonna be very controversial. Cauliflower, A tier. Easy. 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 Do I need to explain myself? It's a good one. It's not a broccoli. Cauliflower is not broccoli. Celery and peanut butter aren't half bad. Use apples. Like put it on an apple. On celery, I don't know. Like, what's the point? Like, I would be willing to try it. Here's the thing. If somebody's like, I got some celery, I got some peanut butter, would you like to try the combination of the two? I'd be like, yeah, I'll try it. And then if I'd like that, and not just because of the peanut butter, I would move it up to D tier. I would be willing to change my opinion on that, but we can't do that right now. This is where it stands. Carrots. Is it an S tier? Is it an A tier? Is it an S tier? Is it an A tier? It's an S tier. It's a good snack. It comes in like the small ones. It comes in the big ones. If they're really flavorful, you get them from the market. The greens are great for animals. S tier. I mean, so also lasts a long time in the fridge. That's the other thing too. Lasts a long time in the fridge. If you store it right. If you don't store it right and they get this like weird mushy type and they're like kind of like squishy on the outside and like they still break like with a like in the middle, that's just weird to me. Carrots are weird like that, but they're good when you cook them in a soup, roasted, sautéed, just carrots, carrot soup even, carrot cake. I try my best. Celery, carrot, and onion are a fundamental vegetable, almost French in Italian cooking. I know, like, I have celery. I had celery in foods and in soups, and it was all right. But this is not what I think about celery. Like, celery, it's just, yeah. All right, I'm going to have to move cabbage down because I'm not entirely sure what... We're going to discuss that with red cabbage at the same time. Lotus root? I don't know. I don't think I ever had lotus root. Doesn't ring a bell for me right now. Maybe for y'all, but not for me. Celery is good when you know it is. Don't know it's there. I don't know if that is actually like a good. I don't think that's a good argument for it. Okra. I never had okra. It looks familiar, but I don't think I ever had it. I'd be curious to try. I'd be curious to try lotus roots and okra, definitely. All right, onion. Okay, now it's going to be a little difficult. Onion's going to be a little bit difficult because I'm okay for me. Like, I know some people hate onion. For me, I don't know if it's quite S tier. Who am I kidding? It's S tier. Iceberg lettuce. I don't think I have to, like, there's so much you can do with onion. The problem is, I know, including Lorne, onion, not a good time. Like, some people, like, are intolerant to onion, actually. Like, literally can't eat onion. But it's tasty. Like, all right, fried onion that you have, like, in, like, a container that you can snack on or, like, sprinkle on a hot dog. Or like on other things, really tasty. Onion rings, really tasty. I even like Funyuns, even though even Funyuns aren't like even that oniony. Oddly enough, I think it's because I mean they're oniony, but not in that sense. I even like a fresh onion that's not like super like hot. Like I like to like just snack on that, even in a salad. Like in a salad, they're kind of like mid. I'm not gonna be sad if there's no onion in my salad, but you know, I like onions cooked and stuff, but probably not by themselves. That's fair. That's fair. You can't eat raw onions, but cooked ones are okay because the enzymes change when they're cooked. Yes, that is true. Probably not quite figured it out. Yeah, they're important. Onions like apples. Actually, I mean, here's the thing. Like, people ate onions like apples. Like, the thing is, the onions that you get in the store are, like, older already, and they become, like, really, like, I guess, hot. I like to prefer to use the term sharp because it's a different, like, hotness. They're not really that great. Apparently, there's also, like, a difference between onion and red onion. I'm not entirely sure if I'm able to properly differentiate them in the different recipes. So I'm gonna have to put them both on S tier for myself. I'd be willing to put one of them onto A tier. And I think I prefer red onion over regular onion, which is gonna like just move onion onto A tier and red onion on S tier, but I still like onion. I don't know, like, this is weird. Red onion and onion, like, they're very similar to me. I mean, then there's also the smaller one. They're scallions and stuff. We're gonna get to that. Oh god, we're gonna get to that. We still have so much left. But that's okay. It's okay. That's onion. Red onion can be papery. Yeah, but that means you just had a shitty red onion. Like, I'm not going to look at, like, foods. I'm gonna be like, oh, you just had a really bad one. And judge it by that. Like, I had really shitty carrots. Like, garbage carrots that tasted like nothing. Like, a carrot that tastes like nothing, and they are out there. They're like D tier. Like, you need the flavor of the carrot to be in there. Like, even if the crunch is good, I need that flavor. So, I'm going to judge vegetables in the best state that I've experienced them. All right, iceberg lettuce. Iceberg lettuce as a vegetable, like nutritionally, it's a vessel. It's a vessel, right? It's a good... It's fine. I'll give it a C. It's like so inoffensive. It's nice on like a, you know, like if you put it in a burger or a sandwich, like it's decent. right? The crunch is nice. I like the leaves though, so I'm putting it up to B because that's a personal preference, right? I'll put it up there onto B. No, if I say jalapeno or C, I can't put iceberg lettuce on the same level. That's just not, that's not fair, and that's also not how I see it, because I have way more use for iceberg lettuce. That's a personal thing. Probably some people like jalapeno all day long. They have like a million recipes. They love it. I can do more things with iceberg lettuce, and I actually like snacking on it for whatever reason. When I like make a salad and I have like a big crunchy leaf of iceberg lettuce, and I was like, I kind of like it. It's not offensive, right? Jalapenos A. You know what? That's fair. Part of the problem is, I guess I never had really tasty jalapenos. Green beans. I mean, that's an S tier. The protein, the flavor. It's great. Again, you can ruin them. They can be mushy. They can be undercooked. They can be done wrong. If the ends aren't cut off, like if you have some like really lazy, like, yeah, not pleasant. But like a good green bean, S. Hey Opals, how's it going? You're shook? Well, that's... sounds like you have some green bean deficiency if you're shaking. Green leaf lettuce. I'm a little bit confused what green leaf lettuce is. Green leaf lettuce for me is probably gonna be C if I'm remembering it right, because it's like it's the thinner lettuce. It doesn't have a really it doesn't have a crunch to it. If I'm remembering it right, green leaf lettuce is also like sounds like a very broad thing. Anyway. Oh, this is we're past the long dark. This is important. We're doing important work here, okay? This is important for my mental well-being. I need to like have this list. I see the picture. Like, let's look that up. Green leaf lettuce, what that is. If green leaf lettuce. If I'm like, it may look like romaine, but it's actually not the same. It does, however, make a great substitute for romaine, and like romaine, iceberg, green leafy lettuce is a member of the Asteraceae family. Green leaf lettuce is soft and tender with a very mild flavor. Let me throw that picture up for y'all over here. It's like... I don't even know how to explain it. It's just like, it's a very delicate... It's delicate, but like it's also not super versatile, I think. The taste is decent, but it's not super versatile. I'm gonna throw it to C. Now I'm a little bit torn because like I feel like iceberg lettuce and the green leaf lettuce, they have both their place. I just like iceberg lettuce more, so I'm gonna have to go with that. But I'm not sold on the idea. Like a good... You know what? No, a good green leaf lettuce, when you have it like in an arrow garden, and you like get to snack a fresh leaf? Yeah. You know what? That's a B tier. Solid B tier. Okay, I guess soft lettuce doesn't sound good. Leek? Ha! It's been long. It has a better taste than celery. I'm gonna throw it under D tier. It's been a long time. I'm not crazy about leek. I can leave it. I might be misremembering. I might be like not... It's fine. It's fine. Am I misremembering? Okay, I'm gonna have to like look up some recipes because I might be misremembering leek. I'm a little bit confused. Oh, celery and F? Yes. Oh, absolutely. Oh, wait, is that like... Oh, that's the stuff. Oh, yeah, no. Leek is D. Definitely D. Like, yeah, if you put it in like one of the quiches, it's acceptable, but that be it. That be it. And I think like that it gets carried by a quiche. Like pretty much everything you put in a quiche gets carried by the recipe, like, by everything else. Anyway, kale. All right. Kale is a hard one for me. Because, like, you know, if you grow, like, we grew kale in the yard this year, and you get, like, a fresh leaf of kale. Like, all right, listen, kale chips, garbage. Don't even come at me with that shit. Kale, fresh kale, has a good bite to it. There's, like, some substance behind it. Has a good flavor profile. Holds dressing well. You have to cut it out, like, right, though. Like, it's not... You can't just, like, take the whole thing and throw it in and be happy. Like, you have to, like, really, like, cut around the stem. The stem gets really, fibery. I'm gonna throw it to B. Like, it fits for me in, like, the iceberg lettuce, green leaf lettuce. Like, it falls into that category. Like, it can be really tasty, you know. Kale is bitter. No, it's not. Maybe certain varieties, maybe, but, like, I don't think kale is bitter at all. The thing is, like, kale reminds me of, I forgot the name, but kale is fine. Kale is fine in a lettuce as well. Like, it falls for me, like, under, like, bean sprouts. It's just, like, it fits well into a salad. It kind of, basically, I made kind of like a salad here. Look at that. Bean sprouts, lettuce, kale. You're almost there, right? Texturally, kale is inherently wrong. Alright. You're allowed to your opinion. I know kale isn't a strong contender. Like, there was this, like, kale hype, and everyone was putting kale into everything, and that just doesn't work. But kale raw is actually pretty good. I'd want to forget what kale reminds me of, too. Don't feel bad. Alright. You know what, though? Like, I feel like I'm being... You know what? Actually, it's a C tier. Like, there's a good point to be made from YouTube chat, from Cardog. If I put jalapeno to C, I have to put kale to C, too. You live for kale slander? Are you not allowed within a few hundred feet of kale? You know what? That's fine. All right. Mushrooms. Mushrooms. It can go so wrong. Mushrooms can go so wrong. But they can also be pretty... Like, it's gonna be a B tier. Like, mushrooms are tasty. I'm not arguing, like, that mushrooms can't be tasty. And, like, with a good creme fraiche sauce, they're good. But mushrooms and the texture, like very often, it's gonna have to be B tier. It's not... There's so many mushrooms, too, that it's really hard. Like, are we using mushrooms in corn chicken nuggets? Fuck, mushroom is delicious. Are we using mushroom raw thrown into a salad? You know? Yeah, hit and miss. The texture. Depends. The texture can be so different. But yeah, I'm gonna have to do B because there are some tasty, like, that I like mushroom recipes. I like I like it, what's it called? Like a big portobello mushroom with some Parmesan on it. That's, you know, that's solid. That's solid. I could eat that. All right. Lettuce romaine. I'm just gonna throw that where the rest of the lettuce. Like, that's B tier. It's lettuce. It's lettuce. Romaine is very inoffensive. It has a nice crunch to it. It's easy to prepare. Like, you just pull them off the stem. Makes it great, I think. Like, it's, you know. All right, parsley. Parsley. I like parsley, but I also know that parsley is... I'm gonna have to put that into C tier. Like, as much as I like to snack on parsley because I'm weird, there's not much with parsley where I'm like, oh yeah, that's really... That really, like, rocks my world. Like, in a mix with other herbs, yeah, but by itself, Well, I'm not gonna fault romaine for E. coli outbreaks because people can't farm it properly and, you know, can't wash it properly and whatnot. Like, or it's being produced wrong. That's not fair. It's not like romaine has E. coli in it from nature. So, mushrooms can burn in hell. Wow, that's intense. But you know what? For some people, it's the F tier. That's fine. I'm gonna be really curious to see what y'all voted in the results and like compare it with mine. That's gonna be the most fun. All right, radishes. Woof, radishes. Woof. This is difficult. It's a little difficult. I actually like to snack on them. They have a good crunch, but sometimes they can be a bit spicy. They actually like make a good addition to some salads. I'm gonna throw them onto B. I like them. They're alright. You know, they're not like mind-blowing. They don't have like a super intense flavor that I would be like, oh, I need this in my life. Radicchio. I don't remember. I can't tell you right now if I like it or not. As long as they're above kale, I guess. Like, for me, they're a little bit the same, but at the same time, I like to snack on them. This is really hard. Like, the B and C tier is really hard because vegetables, like... All right, sugar snap peas, straight up A tier. I don't like them cooked. They're a great snack, though. They're great for snacking on, though not as great as carrots. Therefore, they have to go into A tier. I jumped over pumpkin. I'm just... No, sorry. They're not A for sure. Like, they're tasty, but... No. No, that's not an S tier. It's an A tier. I agree. Good snack. Good snack food. Animals love it. I love it. When you get like the stringy things like from it, it's a little bit annoying, but it's fine. Seems like Chad agrees for the most part. All right, pumpkin. Ooh, pumpkin. All right, pumpkin. Pumpkin solid A tier. You know, like I assume that includes all like there's like squashes in there, which are not pumpkin. I'm sorry, but that's a different thing. But pumpkin A, because like a pumpkin soup is really tasty. That being said, yeah, A is fine. Nice. You can make like little you know, for Halloween you can make the jack-o'-lanterns. I'll give them a little bit of a boost for that. Also, I regularly see massive pumpkins, which are hilarious to me. For other things you could do with it. Carve, soup, seeds, pie. Oh yeah, pumpkin seeds, I also love a lot. Pumpkin pie, hit or miss. 6 things. Oh wow, what else we got? Muffins, pumpkin. Oh, you know what? Pumpkin muffins are good. Pumpkin bread, Pumpkin muffins though, like I can get behind. I feel like a lot of pumpkin muffins though, like this, the frosting often doesn't work well with it. I don't know what it is. Like I feel like a pumpkin muffin without frosting is better than one with. Doesn't need it. It gets too sweet, right? Potatoes, S tier. Don't even need to talk about that. If you don't think potatoes an S tier, I don't know what to tell you. So versatile. Stores so well. Easy to grow. Wonderful. So many things. Listen. I know you live in Germany. I can see it. But they're not boring. Like, the thing is, like, the potato by itself, yes, if you just have a cooked potato by itself, it's whatever. You gotta throw some butter on this. You gotta throw some creme fraiche on this. You can have a loaded potato. Throw it on the grill. Lovely when it gets that flavor. You know, like a grilled flavor. It's fantastic. Fries, like hash browns, just all like the things like cut up into soup. Like there's so many things you can do with potato. It's so versatile. It'd be a crime to not put it onto S tier. I don't care if a vegetable kills people. I don't care if it kills people. Every vegetable kills people. There are probably pumpkins that have like killed people just by falling onto their head. That doesn't mean that makes them bad. When they sprout, you can cut, like sometimes you can cut away the stuff, but chances are they're like, then they're starting also getting like dried out, like, you know, dehydrated because they use it for the sprouts. So like, yeah, I don't, you know, part of it you can save, but it's whatever. Anyway. Peas. Personally, S tier. Might be controversial. I'm a big fan. Peas are, I mean, just very tasty. Lots of protein. Great in a salad. Great by themselves. Great just like with other vegetables. Pea soup, I can leave it. But peas are solid. I don't know, like, peas are solid. Better than Brussels sprouts. Better than sugar snap peas? I'm not sure. Thank you. Hydrating. I've been talking a lot. Peas are fine, you know. That being said, they need to be prepared right. Mushy peas, not a good time. Pea soup, not a good time. Like, some people might like it. I'm not a fan. I like them when they are, like, they still have some bite to them. Put some butter on them, some, like, salt, some pepper. Really tasty. All right. Doesn't seem to be controversial. Chat isn't, like, out and about. I haven't said anything too controversial here. Good. Sweet potato. Okay, interesting one. Sweet potato is interesting. A bitch to prepare. Like, this thing, like, sweet potatoes are, like, so, like, hard to cut. Like, it feels like you need an axe to cut those suckers. Sweet potato fries, tasty, but not quite as firm. You know, the firmness is missing. You can do some great things with, though, like sweet potato, like mash and stuff, and, you know, they're nice. I'm gonna throw them on, I'll be willing to throw, like, sweet potato on an A tier. I'm a little tempted to put it on a B tier because they remind me of butternut squash, but they're... Actually, I'm going to have to put them on a B tier. Because they are such a pain to cut and prepare. That's just... That's the biggest thing. And other than sweet potato fries, I actually don't really... Karuma, stop chewing the camera. B. We got lost on a tangent. Yeah, that does happen. I mean, veggies are 10 out of 10. Overall, like, veggies are great. Spinach. Okay. Okay. I love that the camera is like, all right, we're gonna follow him now around. Wait, no, not anymore? What? There you go. You can follow me around anywhere. All right. Spinach has to be at least B tier because it makes a good salad addition. B, yeah, it's just B. It's just a B. That's all. It's a good salad. Cooked, I have some like childhood trauma when you let like the basically it's just spinach mush that just gets like, and then you get that with scrambled egg. I ate that way too many times as a kid. It was not good. It was like basically like a spinach mush and scrambled egg, and it was not good. Like that was just like a dish. I'm like, oh no. Spinach in recipes is good. Like I made some spinach, like, you know, the quiche, it's good. But it's solid. Like if I put a sweet potato under B, I'm gonna have to put spinach under a B too. Soybeans, okay. I don't know. Is that edamame? Are soybeans edamame? Because if they're not, I'm gonna like I consider them okay, it's edamame. Okay. Yes, that's an A. I like them a lot, but I can't do much more with them. Like I can't do too much with them, right? Like I'm not gonna eat like piles of soybeans. Like that's like big bags of soybeans. Like I do that with peas, but soybeans like in edamame, that's great. Great addition. You know, it's a good. You know, the protein. It's a good food. You know, and then you can like also like soy milk and like all of other soy products. It's a good. You know, it's an A, right? Shallots. I'm gonna have to put that on there. I had them, but I can't. I mean, it's just another onion, right? It's just a different type of onion. Oh yeah, as a snack, like cooked edamame with some salt in it. Mwah. Hot or cold. Fantastic. Onions for rich people. Well, we're gonna put them on our F. No, I guess I'm gonna throw them somewhere up on S tier, shallot. Then again, nah, they're gonna have to be like... I don't know, I have no opinion on shallots. That's the thing. Hey, JD Jacob. Well, too much of everything gets gross. In all fairness, Nathan. Oh, hi, Luke. I'm sorry. I sometimes miss messages because I'm like really like in this right now. Shallot RS. You're gonna have to make your own list. I mean, I put red onion and onion in there. I might as well throw shallot in there, but I don't have a strong opinion. You know, if I like red onion and onion, I probably like shallots. You know? I'm totally fine with that. Scallion green onion. B. B. You can do some things with it. They're not great on their own. I'm almost considering them putting them on C, honestly. But they're nice. They're nice in a soup. Like, you know, like the little like they're decent. A B is fine by me. I don't have the energy to like argue for a C or an A. It's definitely not an A for me, but I don't know if it's a C necessarily. Oh, zucchini! We're finally talking about zucchini. I'm sorry, zucchini. You're a C at best. Like a C at best, and I'm like generous here. Thank you, posture check. I'll just do some stretch here. Can't believe that there's still 21 viewers and 33 on YouTube still watching this. Is wild to me. Usually don't get even that many people watching The Long Dark. It's not really that great raw. It's like, it's a decent dip food, right? Like zucchinis, like in a ranch, like or like in like a vegetable dip. It's fine, but cooked. You know what? I'm willing to put it on. Like, you know what? I'm willing to put it onto B. I'm willing to put zucchini onto B because I put sweet potato there. I put butternut squash there. I'm not super strong. You know what? No, it has to be C for me. I'm not super strong about it. As much as I like it, like in a pan, you know, like if you like, you know, fry it a little bit with some butter, the texture is then not, like it loses some of the appeal for that. And if you don't cook it, the texture's like almost, it's weird. It's weird. It's a good solid vegetable. Like, I wouldn't scoff at it, right? In the same way, like, listen, I put kale onto C, and I really like kale. Right? This is the best I got for you. Is C. Yellow squash, I'm gonna assume that's gonna be very similar to a butternut squash. I don't know the difference. You know what? No, I'm going to put that like, I don't know. I really don't know if it tastes any different, so it's just, I don't have an opinion on it. Watercress, this is gonna have to be a D. Like, maybe a C, somewhere between that. It's like, it's watercress. Let's not get carried away. It's D. It's not fantastic. I will listen to arguments from the watercress lovers, but I don't think this is like a controversial opinion. Turnips. Turnip boy commits tax evasion. Turnips are interesting. I'm gonna have to move those back. Tomatoes. Tomatoes, A tier. Tomatoes, S tier. Fuck. Yeah, it's gonna have to be S tier. It's gonna have to be S tier. It's the base, like, for so many good sauces. So many good... Yeah, it's gonna have to be S tier. Like, there's lots of tomatoes like that you buy in a store and they're garbage. Like, that's the problem. That's the big problem with tomatoes. So many tomatoes are just hot garbage. Just so watery. There's nothing really with them. Beefsteak tomatoes only work well on burgers. You know? Yeah, no tomatoes, no pizza. That's what I'm saying too. That's what I'm saying too. No pasta. No, you know. Oh, like some tomato, like some cherry tomato cut into like some scrambled egg. That's really nice. Gives it like this like nice moistness and like sweet tone. Yeah. Pasta plain is fine too. I love pasta with some butter on it and some salt. It's like, mwah. Very good. There's so many great pasta like sauces out there, or just plain pasta. It's just great. I agree. But like tomatoes, there's just so many things we can do with them. We really like came up with a lot of solutions. And like cherry tomatoes are great snacks. They just make great snacks, like a little, you know, thingamabob. It's just pasta alla vodka. Yeah, that's great too. All right, I think we're getting to the wrong... Okay, it's time to talk about the cucumber in the room. I really like cornichons and pickles. I love cucumber, A. It's an A tier. I would love to give it an S tier for myself, but I also recognize that other than like pickling it and eating it raw, there's not too much that you can do with it, right? Like, sure, you can put it in tzatziki sauce. What else? Cucumber salads are great, but again, that's just kind of eating it raw. It's just... You can't really cook it well. It doesn't cook well. Right? It's just meh. A tier. Just A tier because of that. Just because of the lack of versatility. Also, absolutely disgusting when you freeze dry it. I just had to try it one time. I had to freeze dry some cucumber, and holy shit, was it disgusting. Anyway. God, I want some tzatziki. I want some gyros, some tzatziki. Ah. All that talk makes me so hungry. Bok choy? I'll throw that. I'm willing to throw that onto B. I'm willing to give that a B. It's not an A. It's not an A. It's somewhere between B and C for me. The times I had it, I really liked it, which is why I'm going to put it on B, but it's not a strong B. B for bok choy, I like that. Heritage tomatoes are really good. Yes, I agree, Nathan. A pickle slap, yeah. Depends. Not all pickles are equal, right? Collard greens. Yeah, I'm going to have to say that's a C, if not a D. Let me quickly look. I have to like pull up just like a website, just collard green recipes, because I'm just need a refresher. Kicking collard salad. Just look at that. Just look at that. I know they're tasty. I actually like collard greens. B. They're actually really tasty. Like a collard green recipe is actually really tasty. Now that I see the recipes, they look like shit. Like, it's not... Collard greens are not a visually appealing food. I see some people like rolling it up. What is that? Collard greens stuffed with raisins, nuts, and rice? Excuse me, what? You know what? This one's interesting. It's like a weird... It's a weird recipe. Huh. Anyway. Hey, Rare. in the US and cannot eat collards. You know what? That's fair. Cooking stream next. Oh, so hungry. Cabbage. Cabbage. Oh, you fickle beast. Cabbage. What are we gonna do with cabbage? What are we gonna do with cabbage? I have to look at some recipes. What is there to say about cabbage? It's okay in salads. It's a B tier. It's alright. It's a C tier. I like coleslaw though. Yeah, no, if I put zucchini in there, I have to put cabbage in there. I just have to be fair here. It's a C tier. And C tier isn't the worst, you know? Like, C tier is still acceptable. The entirety of your Eastern European audience is on the line. That's not fair. Red cabbage, I'm gonna have to put that on the C as well. Like, that's not... Actually, wait a second. No, it's the same shit. Turnip. That's gonna be a D for me. If not an... I don't know if it's an F. Like, what do you do with turnips? Roasted turnips? Yeah, I'm sorry, that's a D. If that. I mean, you know what? It's not an F. It's not like outrageously offensive to me. So it's gonna have to be a D, right? Fully agree with it, but I do understand it. Well, okay. Well, we did it. Save or download. Yeah, we're gonna have to save that, obviously. Vegetable weasels. Vegetable tier list. I did it. Save. Wonderful. And can I link this so you can like rip me a new one for this? I probably can. Here. All right, now I'm gonna look at your list, right? Jalapenos. I know jalapenos are good, but I never had good ones. Like, I know there's lots of recipes, but I think it's just like that I didn't have. Would you stop eating my friggin' succulent? Yes, you Karumba. Anyway. I just, has been done. It has been done. All right, let's see. Total results. What we got? S tier, potatoes, asparagus. I don't think, don't agree with the asparagus. You got a little carried away there. Tomatoes, corn, garlic, carrots, red onion, sweet potato? Y'all put sweet potato into S tier? Zucchini S tier? Holy shit. Ginger S tier, bok choy. Huh. Interesting. I don't have strong opinions about bok choy. A little surprised by zucchini as an S tier, but you know what? I'm sure some people will feel very justified in their opinion. A tier, onion. Wait, onion? Red onion? Wait, where did shallots go? Where are shallots? Shallots are B on here. Anyway, onion is an A. Bell pepper, cucumber, green beans, sugar. Green beans. You know what? I understand it. I don't agree with it, but I understand it. Sugar snap peas, broccoli. Okay, broccoli not on the S tier. You get out of here. I love broccoli, but again, I understand it. Don't agree with it. Bell pepper. Come on. Parsley, peas. Peas and A tier? Come on. You're just teasing me right now. Beets? Beets and A tier? What? That's not an A tier. Celery A tier? No. 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 I refuse to believe that that everyone likes celery so much. I mean, I know we have like 12 participants, but it's still 12 participants. That's 12 people. Very cute. Celery A tier is wild to me. Like, that does not track. Same with beets and arugula. Parsley A. Like, what? Explain yourselves. What does Parsely have to do in A? What did Parsely ever do to deserve the A spot? You put Parsely on the same level as you put onion, peas, Brussels sprouts, bell peppers. Are you out of your mind? Green beans. You put it on the same level as green beans. Parsely. You're just trolling me. That's all you're doing. That's all you're doing. What else we got? B. Shallots, butternut squash, artichoke. Lettuce, romaine, spinach, jalapeno, cauliflower, cabbage, radish, pumpkin. I accept all of those. Not agreeing with the artichoke, but actually, I think artichoke is disgusting, and y'all are sick, right? Anyway, what else we got? C, eggplant, kale, red cabbage. I can get behind that. D, lettuce, green leaf, bean sprouts, iceberg lettuce. Maybe you have other criteria. It seems that you put lettuce and sprout, like, it's interesting. You put all of those on the same level, similar to me. Like lettuce, iceberg, lettuce, green leaf, and bean sprouts are on the same level. I also like that you put kale above that. Like, you know, that's makes me feel better. Cilantro F tier, yup. Soybeans F tier. What is this? Is this the manosphere? Are you afraid to eating soy? Thinking it'll feminize you? What's going on here? F tier. Y'all put parsley at A, and you put soybeans under F. Are y'all insane?
Hello there.
I don't even think I know you. Holy fork, welcome to the stream. I feel like I don't even know my own chat. I'm a little shook, to say the least. There's some votes humanity would be better without it. I don't know what those votes were. But that's interesting. That's very interesting. I'm gonna have to like digest this. I'm gonna have to like sit with this. It's like somebody telling you that they had like, you know, did some really shady shit in their past. Like, I don't know how I feel about this. Soybeans F, parsley A. I think I'm broke. You broke me. You broke me. But thank you for participating. That was legitimately a shit ton of fun. I really loved arguing about this. This was hilarious. I definitely want to do that again. I could totally see doing another tier list for funsies. We should do fruit next time. We should do fruit next time. I'm a little bit shook, but I'm also not what's the word? I'm also not dismissing the concept of people just voting because I hate it. Would you stop eating my succulent? I will fry you. Just like this ass here. Eating the succulents. Tasty, tasty succulents. Anyway, I hope you had a fun time. It was very chill. We're going to eat some food now. Probably some apple pie. And breads too. Oh shit. Now I don't know if you know what? Breads is right. We should do breads. You needed us today. I love that. I'm glad you had a fun time. That makes me very happy. Cheese. Oof. Here's the thing. I'm gonna have to, if we're doing cheese, we're gonna need to raise some funds, right? If we're doing cheese, we're gonna have to raise funds in the chat because I'm going to need to taste a lot of them. I haven't had the opportunity to taste a lot of cheeses. Pasta types, I guess I could do that. Bring some Swiss and French viewers to the chat and watch hell break out. I think cheese is one of those that can get very that can get very wild very quickly, right? Cheese is a battle. Yeah, I don't think this channel and this audience is ready to engage in cheese. I think fruit is the next logical step. Actually, I think fruit is actually going to be like a nice reprieve. And we're definitely going to do that. Let's do this. I don't know if I'll be live tomorrow doing some game dev on Twitch. I won't be doing game dev on YouTube. I'll be doing that for now exclusively on Twitch. I will be back on YouTube on Thursday evening again. Most likely with some of the Long Dark. And then at the end, we can do the same thing. We can do a tier list. Maybe this time, fruit. And I'm also going to see how I'm going to break up this live stream into like maybe a separate video, so in case y'all want to share that. Anywho, I think that's a good plan. I really like, and I mean that from the bottom of my heart, really appreciate it. This was so much fun. That was a really good idea, and yeah, that was hilarious. That was hilarious. I still think y'all are insane. Whoever voted Parsely onto A needs to get themselves checked out, but you know, I still like you. Just a little less. Thanks so much for watching.